So I tried doing an anime look for this, and yeah, it didn't work out so well, so here's some aestheticness for you. That wasn't even half as aesthetic as I planned it to be. Hey guys, so what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and today I look dead inside. Perfect to match my personality. Anyways, the topic of today's video, if you read the title, you would already know this, fake friends. So, fake friends, everyone's had them, and if you haven't, then that means that you are one. Sorry to tell you. So, everyone knows basically what a fake friend is, right? Those people who say that they're gonna be your friend forever, and they treat you perfectly, and then they just fucking stab you in the back like the piece of shit that they are. Don't you just love fake friends? But basically, fake friends are just the toxic people in your life. So first off, if you have a fake friend, then, you'll probably be able to notice the signs, okay? If you can't, then I'm sorry, but you're fucked. So if you do have a fake friend, my suggestion is drop them, take them out of your life. If they try to come back, then just tell them no. If they still try to come back, then I'm sorry, but you gotta be mean, okay? That's what I've had to do. Anyways, let's finally get into what I've been trying to say, but keep forgetting to. Today, I'll be telling you about my experiences with one fake friend that I've had for a while. We're not gonna say any names because there's no point in bringing drama into this. Catherine. But anyways, yeah. My experiences with a fake friend. So I've known my fake friend since 5th grade, but I don't think that the fake friendiness really started until 6th grade. So, 6th grade fake friend stories. Alright, so it started off with this one time during workshop, which for us, workshop is study hall. If you don't know what study hall is, then it's basically where you just have time at the end of the day after all your class periods to do work that you need to catch up on. But anyways, so it was during workshop, and we were just kind of she was sitting down in the cafeteria because it was a draft day, which is when teachers could draft you, if they needed you to work on something with them. For example, say you had a thing of homework that you didn't do in math class, then on a draft day, a teacher could draft you, and you'd have to make up the math homework during workshop. When you weren't drafted, you'd have to be down in the cafeteria and just do work. So, while my fake friend was down in the cafeteria, she was looking up some inappropriate things on her school iPad, because they provide us with iPads. We're lucky. And, yeah. So, she got caught by a couple of the other kids, and the next day, she blamed me. Keep in mind, this was a draft day. I was drafted that day. I was not down in the cafeteria. I don't remember what class I was drafted to, but I do remember that I was drafted, so I was not down there with her. I was not looking up those things. I was not telling her to look up those things. I was in a separate room upstairs while she was downstairs in the cafeteria looking up this stuff. And it just pissed me off because the next day I went to sit with her at lunch and she was literally mad at me. She was actually mad at me. And I didn't know why because she wouldn't tell me. And she just said,
"Oh, well, you'll figure it out later because my mom will tell."
And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So I went to one of the teachers that was down there during lunchtime, because we always have teachers down there, and I said, hey, my fake friend won't talk to me. We're best friends, but she's not talking to me. She's mad at me. She won't tell me why. So we went out in the hall to talk about it with the teacher, and she said that I was on her iPad looking up that inappropriate stuff, and it's like, what? She was actually mad at me because I didn't know that she pinned me for looking that stuff up. She said that I was coaching her into looking up that stuff. Did she not even notice that I wasn't down there? And back then, we always hung out So if I had been in the cafeteria, she would have known. I would have been right next to her. And after we talked about it and she started talking to me again and the teacher left, she said to me,
I only blamed it on you because I knew that you would go along with it.
What?
I'm sorry.
What did you just say to me, ho? What?
Are you kidding me? I didn't go along with it either. I did not go along with it. She had no evidence that I looked it up. There were a lot of kids saying that she looked it up because they saw it on her iPad. She wouldn't talk to me because she was actually mad at me for God knows why. Don't you just love fake friends? So this other time in 6th grade, I used to upload so many stupid videos. But there was this one time that I had uploaded a video that was a really popular topic back then. Do you guys remember the videos where it was pictures that looked dirty but actually weren't? Yeah, so I made a couple of those videos and I uploaded them. And on one of them, she used to watch my channel all the time, and she actually commented something like,
You're such a whore. This is why we aren't friends anymore.
What? What? Did you just call me a heckin' whore?
"Be gone!" That! Her excuse for this was that she showed the video to her mom, and her mom said that I was apparently a whore for that. Just because your mom says something doesn't mean you have to comment it. Did you not know this? She didn't even apologize for it the next day. She just said that her mom told her to say that, or that her mom said that, and so she commented it. And then she's like,
Well, you shouldn't have uploaded that video.
and then we just started somehow being friends again. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time, then you would know I used to have pink hair. Yep, pink hair. The color I despised most was the color of my hair for almost, 3 months? But yeah, so I used to have pink hair, and she was always nagging me about it. Like once it started fading back to the normal color of my hair, she was always like,
Oh, well, it's starting to look like literal poop. You should probably, dye it back.
but I want to have my hair this way.
But it looks like poop. You should dye it back.
I don't have to do what you say!
But you should dye it back. It's looking like poop.
Yeah. This was the beginning of her trying to control what I wore, who I liked, how my hair looked, everything about me. Oh, and let's not forget my makeup, even though I didn't really start wearing makeup until 7th grade. Still. So in 6th grade, I had 2 boyfriends that actually, the relationship lasted for over a week. I think both relationships lasted for about 6 months. The first boyfriend, I didn't know that he was planning on breaking up with me, so I was gonna break up with him because it just wasn't working out. And like I said, I didn't know that he was gonna break up with me, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings. So I asked my friend, hey, do you think you could, break up with him for me? Because I just don't want to hurt his feelings. And, she did it. But then I found out he was gonna break up with me anyways. But even up to now, she is still holding that against me. The fact that she broke up with my boyfriend for me. She pins it on me. I know, I asked you to do it. But I've told you a million times it was because I didn't want him to feel bad because I didn't know that he was gonna break up with me. And we all know that you're the one who broke up with him for me. So, do you wanna shut up about it? Oh, and yet, she complains about it when I bring up things that she's done to me from 6th grade. Yet, she'll still talk about that. In addition to that boyfriend thing, while we were still dating, she kept complaining that I wasn't spending enough time with her. And I'm like, okay, I get that. We just started dating, so yeah, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time with him. So I apologize. I started spending more time with her. She kept saying that I wasn't spending enough time with her, so I spent more time with her and a lot less time with my boyfriend. until eventually at the end of the relationship, I was spending no time with my boyfriend and all my time with her, and she was still complaining that I wasn't spending enough time with her. Even when I repeatedly told her that I was spending all my time with her and none of the time that I had with my boyfriend, except for when it was like a weekend or something. And I mean, then, like, on the weekend we wouldn't have been able to hang out anyways because her mom didn't like me. But I was spending all my time with her and like no time with my boyfriend, and that's basically why we broke up. So also, while we were dating, there was this rumor going around that me and my boyfriend were, yeah. Keep in mind, this was in 6th grade. We were 11, and yet that rumor was going around. I asked my fake friend about it. She said that her grandfather was on Snapchat, and that she added something to her story on Snapchat or something about how we were dating, and her grandfather found out and suddenly decided to say that was happening between me and my boyfriend. Yeah, definitely your grandfather. And on top of that, it got so out of hand that one day I went to my locker and there were like 7th or 8th graders actually waiting at my locker to ask me if I was pregnant.
What?
Looking back on it now, that's actually kind of funny, but at the same time I'm still like really salty about it. Oh, also, I forgot, in the middle of the year, so I already had my YouTube channel. I was really big on YouTube. She had just started a YouTube channel, and we started making like a YouTube channel together. I think it was Panda Lover or something like that, because hers was Panda Lover with an O. I think it was something like that, and we turned it into Panda Lover, like Miss YouTube Lover with a U. And so we started making videos on that account together, and I'd linked it onto my channel because I always used to link all my other accounts on my channel, but apparently her mom went onto my channel and found the account where we were making videos together, and then I got blamed. Now, don't get me wrong, I did sometimes kind of force her to make videos with me, but it wasn't like, make this video with me or I'll shoot you. It wasn't like that. It was like, hey, we should make a video together. Like, come on, let's just do it. It'll be fun. And so after that, her mom found the videos and, once again, mad at me. Something she did that always made me feel really bad about myself and like really upset me was she would compare me to her other friends. And it just annoyed me so much, but at the same time made me like really self-conscious. I was like, wasn't comparing like, oh, you're so much better. No, it was like comparing like, oh, they're so much better because whatever reason. It's like, it's not what a friend is supposed to do. So yeah, I think that's all the 6th grade stories that I have, but that was when her mom started hitting me, was after the whole iPad thing, because she wouldn't tell her mom that she was the one looking it up. No, she didn't even say that. She said,
Oh, I don't know who looked it up, so, I can't really tell my mom because she'll think it was me.
maybe that's because it was you. So she let her mom believe that I looked that stuff up on her iPad, therefore putting our friendship in jeopardy, meaning that I could never hang out with my fake friend at her house again. That should have been a sign to me. Apparently it wasn't, because I have more stories. So, 7th grade rolls around, and now we're a year older. Yeah, I know how to talk. So 7th grade didn't start off good. So I've been in JMG since 6th grade. I still am. JMG, if you don't know, is Jobs for Mains Graduates. It's a lot to explain, but basically, once you're a 7th grader or older, you can be a JMG officer, which is basically the same as just being a normal JMG student, but you can do a few more things. But anyways, so I was really excited because I had the chance to be a JMG officer, and she was really excited because she was going to be going on this Ripple Effect trip. I'm not 100% sure on what Ripple Effect is. I think it's a camp or something. If it's not, then sorry. But yeah, so she was preparing to go on this trip to Cow Island. No, I'm not being rude. That's actually what it's called. And I was really excited because I had the chance to be a JMG officer. Now, she was like non-stop talking about going to Cow Island. For me, I was talking about being a JMG officer a lot, but it was only like once a day and like 3 days out of 5, because we have 5 days in a school week. And she complained that I was talking about that too much. And then I told her that she was talking about ripple effect more than I was talking about being a JMG officer. And she said that I was in fact talking more about being a JMG officer. So we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for like ever. Until she finally went on the trip. And I was so happy she was gone. Like, I mean, I was kind of upset because like I didn't really have any friends aside from her. But mostly I was just happy because I was like, I'm free! But she came back. So after that, there wasn't a lot. It was just random fights and stuff until Christmas time. The most wonderful time of the year. Except with this friend around. Around Christmas time, again, it was mostly just tiny little insignificant fights. Except when it came to one Christmas gift. My keyboard. So I was understandably excited about this because I already knew I was going to get it. My mom told me, we had it planned out for a while. And, I mean, I was really excited. So I told her about it a couple of times because I was excited. And one day she got mad and she's just like,
I wish I could afford something like that, but I just can't because I don't have it as good as you.
I wasn't trying to brag or anything. She just got salty at me. Like, I can understand if you're jealous about something and you want it and you can't afford it. She didn't even want a keyboard. She was just salty because she couldn't afford it. So I said something along the lines of, well, I mean, like, it's probably because you have a little sister. And I mean, it's obvious. Like really little kids, they take up a lot of money. But yeah, we just kept fighting about that. And I said something pretty rude. So she has a lot of siblings, and they're all from either a different mother or a different father. So all of her siblings are only like half siblings. None of them are directly related to her. And I may have said, maybe if your mom wasn't such a whore, you could afford it. Not my proudest moment. But right after I said that, I felt really bad because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. And I apologized. And she said,
I'd accept your apology if I knew that you weren't going to say something like that again.
And she just walked away.
What?
If I wasn't going to say something like that again. You know what's funny is, even almost a year later, I was still salty about it, and I actually made a comic about it. I would show it here, but I'm way too lazy, so just check out my last video and believe me, you'll know which one it is. So right after this, I went goth. Not a good decision on my part. It was cringy. But yeah, so I went goth. I started wearing like more goth clothing, or at least the gothest clothing I had. And of course, she didn't approve. And she tried to make me stop wearing it by insulting me. After Christmas break...
Sorry, winter break. We're not supposed to call it Christmas break.
After winter break, when we came back, I'd gotten a haircut. And you've probably seen my haircut. It was like this. Oh, jeez. My hair. I had a haircut that was like this short, but somehow my hair looked like a box. And it wasn't a good look. I thought it was good back then, but it just wasn't a good look. But the first day that we came back, she looked at me, and she just gave me a look like, am I not allowed to wear my hair how I want to? Oh, right, I'm not allowed to because she's supposed to be my hairdresser. So, there was that. And then I started wearing makeup more. She didn't approve of that either. She always told me I wore my makeup wrong. And I think she mostly meant my lipstick, well, lip gloss. It was matte lip gloss. I'm gonna call it lipstick. But I think she mostly meant my lipstick because I used to wear it, like, over here. So it made it look like my lips were bigger and, like, rounder. And, I mean, like, it actually wasn't too bad looking, though. Like, it kind of looked like they were my natural lips. But she just, honey, no. She did not like that, not at all. So, shortly after that, I stopped being goth. But she tried telling me how I should wear my clothes, what kind of makeup I should wear, how my hair should look. And that was also when she started telling me who I should like. if I told her my crushes and she didn't agree, she'd just give me kind of the same look, like, you see the way she works by now, don't you? If she isn't happy with what you're doing, she's not happy. Of course, I think that was only with me, because with pretty much anyone else, she'll be fine with whatever they do, but with just me, she wants to control my life. So it was about the beginning of 7th grade when I kind of figured out that I was bisexual. And one day, me and my friend were sitting together at lunch talking about something, and there was something I wouldn't tell her. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't anything bad, like a rumor or anything. I think it was like a surprise or something. And she kept wanting me to tell her, and I just wouldn't. I think it was like who my crush was or something, because I did not want to tell her my crushes anymore. It was just, ugh. I mean, you can probably understand why. And she kept being like, tell me, I want to know, and I wouldn't do it. And she already knew a couple of my crushes, so she's like,
okay, well, fine, I'll tell this girl
that I had a crush on.
That you like.
And I'm like, I've already told her that, though. And she argued that somehow I didn't already tell this girl that I liked her, even though I did. She just didn't believe me. And she's like,
fine, if you already told her that you like her, then what if I tell this guy that you like him?
That I also had a crush on. I'm like, I don't really care, just go and do it. Like, they were both out sick that day, but I honestly wouldn't have cared anyways. But no, she was actually willing to freaking tell my crushes that I liked them, because I wouldn't tell her my other crushes. Oh, and something I forgot from 6th grade that has happened throughout all of 6th grade and most of 7th grade was that, okay, so she has like fairly long nails, and anytime she got mad at me, she would grab my arm and like do this. She would like sink her hecking claws into my skin. Let me tell you, it was painful. There have been times that she actually left marks. Actually, she did it once this year too. Anyways, let's get back onto the topic. Something that she's been doing ever since 7th grade and still tries to do is after we have some kind of fight and I just stop talking to her, she will actually like randomly find a way to become my friend again, even though I tell her, no, I don't want to be friends anymore. I'm pretty sure that word isn't programmed into her brain. She doesn't understand what the word no means. So ever since the end of 6th grade to probably like the middle of 7th grade, actually no, like the middle or end of 7th grade, I had been in chorus, and like me and her had always been talking in chorus, and like only in the free time. Like we would sing along when we were supposed to, but like we talked whenever like there was like time that the teacher was talking. But anyways, so one day she just got mad at me for no reason. She's like,
you should stop talking during chorus, it's really annoying.
I'm like, okay.
If you're just gonna talk during chorus, why don't you just quit?
And I was kind of done with chorus anyway. It was boring, so I just quit. And then this year she goes,
you know, I wish you hadn't quit chorus. Like, I know that I said, like, if you were just gonna talk, then you should quit, but now I really miss talking to you.
Fuck yourself up the ass with a cactus.
Hey there, kiddos, teens, and adults.
There was a story that I actually forgot to tell you, and now it's nighttime because I just remembered now to tell you about it. One time during 7th grade, there was a dance, like a school dance, and I was trying to shove her something while she was like dancing with one of my friends, and her friends at the time, one of her friends. And anyways, so I was just trying to shove her something, and she got mad at me, and she's like,
stop trying to control my life.
And the next day, like I tried to talk to her, and she wouldn't talk to me for like 2 days actually. And then when she finally started talking to me again, she said,
yeah, I just wanted you to like stop controlling my life because it's really annoying.
I was just like,
Hey, come here, I want to show you something.
And she just got so salty. How is it that me trying to show you something is controlling your life? Such a fucking hypocrite.
It's like, hello, I already have to control my own life, which is hard enough. Why would I want to control yours?
So I think that's all the 7th grade stories, and now, boss level, 8th grade. AKA where we currently are now, in hell. What? So, yeah, we're in 8th grade now. I am 13. I am the 1-3 big O teenager. Oof. So, this year, not as much has happened, but she has stepped up her game a little bit. She's gotten just that tad bit better. So, depressing moment here. If you didn't know, this year I started cutting myself because I am actually fairly depressed. Okay, back into the ranting. So anyways, she found out about this and she constantly just kind of makes fun of me for cutting myself. And like, anytime that she accidentally like hurts me in an area where I have cut myself, like I'll just be like, that's one of the cut spots, and she'll be like,
oh, well, it's not my fault, is it?
I mean, it's not, but like, anytime she hurts me, she does it on purpose. So you purposefully hurt me, so technically it is your fault. There was also one time, I think it was last month, where she was talking to this guy that she has a crush on, and I just happened to be friends with this guy. No, not boyfriend, guy friend. And, okay, so I was trying to be edgy and be like, yeah, I cut myself to drink my blood. Okay, but seriously though, why does blood taste so good? What? And she's just like, she just looks at him and she's like,
yeah, she cuts up her thighs like so much.
And I was fucking pissed off. I was like embarrassed and scared and sad and upset and mad and like all these things at once. And I was, no. And she looks at me and she goes,
well, you basically already told him that you cut yourself.
What?
Cutting yourself to drink your blood and cutting yourself because you're depressed is like way different actually. I mean, like, sure, some people might associate it with being the same thing, but they are different. And it's just, I did not talk to her. And then a couple days later, she comes up to me and she's like,
hey, so, we Gucci?
and she legit said, we Gucci. I'm not even kidding. She said,
We Gucci?
like, bitch, we even dollar store brand shit. And somehow she found her way back into my life again. And really recently we had this fight about kind of like a bet thing that we had going on. She just kept fighting with me about it. And I said something like, you know, I'm so fucking done with your shit. There's so much more I could say about you. And she just goes,
alright, then say it. I don't give a fuck.
I'm like, you think I do? And then I just walk away. And ever since then, I've been mad at her, and I am not talking to her again, like, ever, unless it's like I'm forced to. Just no. I'm not letting her back into my life. I'm just not. I'm so fucking done with her bullshit. I swear, her mouth must be an asshole because the only thing she talks is shit. The moral of this almost 30-minute long video is, if you have a friend who does pretty much anything like this, they are a fake friend, they are toxic, cut them out of your life, like right now. You don't need all that extra weight dragging you down. It's not going to make you feel any better. Even if it's your only friend, no, they're not a good friend. You can find someone way better than that, okay? They're just going to make you feel worse about yourself, so get rid of them. Put them out on the lawn next trash day, Yeah, anyways, that's the end of this video. Remember to leave a like, share, and subscribe to become a Miss YouTube Lover. Comment down below what kind of videos you guys want to see next. Bye, guys!